Okay, so now we're going to be talking about net force. So what you're going to want to do is get some paper and pen out, and you're going to want to copy these problems down and try to solve them, or copy them down and solve them along with me. Okay? All right, so the first question here, or excuse me, the first problem is basically showing you a box. Here's my box. See, it says box. Anyhow, and the box has two types of forces acting on it. One is going up, like this one right here, and one is going down. And each one is being acted on by a certain amount of newtons, which is also known as force, okay? So it's going up 3 newtons right here, but it's also being acted on by a force of 8 newtons going down. So you want to know what is the net force. And the net force is, if you add these up, then what is the total net force? So 3 going up is like, 3 going up in the positive direction. And then 8 going down is like 8 going down in the negative direction. Another way you can write this is you can do it like this. 3 minus 8 newtons equals 5 newtons. So your answer would be 5 newtons, and which direction is bigger? This one. So it's going to be 5 newtons going down. All right? Okay. In this problem, you've got 6 newtons going up. Actually, you have 6 newtons going up. So you have 6 plus 6. So that's going to give you a total of 12 newtons going up, right? And then you have 15 newtons going down. So another way to write this would be 12 minus 15 newtons equals, see here, 3 newtons left over. And which direction? Which is bigger, the 12 or 15? Obviously, it's 15. So it would be 3 newtons going down. So in this kind of problem right here, when you see multiple forces, all you're doing is you're adding them up. You add them on the top first. So you see how I did 6 plus 6 equals 12. That's all you're doing. Now you're looking at one that's a tad bit more complex than the rest of them. As you notice, we're getting more and more complex as we go in. But honestly, it's all the same thing. So what you want to do, your approach should be basically, let's say you're going to start on this side, okay? Then that means you're only going to be working with the opposite of that side, which would be this side, all right? So you see 8 newtons here, and you got 8 newtons over there. So what is 8 minus 8? It's 0. Okay, so really what actually happens is these guys cancel out. So I'm going to put a big purple slash through them. They cancel out because 8 minus 8. So that means someone is tugging on this side with 8 newtons, someone is tugging on that side with 8 newtons, and it balances out, so your overall net force on the sides is 0. Okay, so now we got that taken care of. You're going to do this side. And then the opposite side of that would be this one. So now that brings us back to kind of what I showed you in this last one where you totaled these two. So you're going to total over here. So 6 plus 9 plus 6. So that's 6 plus 9, that's 15. And 9 or 15 plus 6 is 21, right? 21 newtons. Check my math, make sure I'm right. All right. So our overall total, I believe, is 21 newtons. And that's on the bottom. That's going down. And then our total on the top, see I got this big old fat juicy arrow? Okay, 25 newtons being pulled up. So which direction is the total net force going to be leaning to? It's going to be overall moving in an upward direction at 4 newtons. Because 25 minus 21. So let me write that down. 25 minus 21 newtons is going to give you, oops, ooh, what am I doing? Okay, it's going to give you 4 newtons, and being that this side is bigger, it's going to be going up, in the up direction. So when you were to write your answer should look like this. Let me go back and review the other ones. Notice that my overall answers are like that. 3 newtons going down. Notice the arrow. If you don't write the arrow, then you're going to be minusing points, or excuse me, credit. Did I not show what the overall was for this one? So 3... 8. So 5 newtons going down. See, if you would have written it like how I wrote it, then you would have had credit taken away. Bad, Miss Duncan. Any questions? If you have questions, feel free to see me. I'm going to show you one more problem, and then I'll show it to you solved. Go ahead and take a look at this one. Copy this one down and then pause it. Try to solve it. Tell me, what does this one look like? What is the overall net force? Okay. What do you think the overall net force is? Go ahead and pause it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and solve it now. The overall net force, if you did not figure it out by now, is 0. Uh-oh. In no direction, because 0 means it's balanced. It's not going anywhere. How is that? Okay, well, let's check it out. We're going to start with this side. All right, so 6 plus 7 equals 13 newtons, right? And if we did this side, we have to do its opposite, which is that side. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. You know, you add all those up, you also get 13 newtons. So now this 13 newtons minus that 13 newtons is going to give you 0 newtons overall on going sideways, okay? Now, we're going to start with either one, doesn't matter. I'm going to start with this side. 12 plus 12 equals 24, and 24 plus 5 equals 29 newtons. All right, and that would be going down. And 20 plus 4 is 24, plus 5 is 29 newtons, and that's going up. And 29 minus 29 is going to be 0 again, and so your overall net force is 0. The end.